followers, invite your followers, invite your followers. I am finally on Periscope. Sweet. Invite your followers. We have something amazing I really want to share with you today. Some of you can see it in the tagline. I didn't put it all the way on Periscope because I wanted people to jump in on today's segment of Maximize Your Monday. So what is Maximize Your Monday? It is an opportunity for you to tune in and be encouraged, to be inspired, and to be empowered to chase the greater in you. We are all so used to being secluded in our own daily lives that we don't know that there's something greater within us. So thank you so much for joining us on today. Please visit www.chasegreatenterprises.com so that you can receive your very free goal setting sheet. Yes, subscribe to our email list and you will get it every week in your inbox. It is a sheet that helps you organize your week. If you want to be great, if you want to reach your goals, set your goals and reach them, download subscribe to our email list so that you can get this goal sheet. Thank you so much for inviting your followers. Please click your little Periscope guy, go in your comments and invite your followers. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump into today's segment of Maximize Your Monday, and we're going to talk about the top 3 reasons why your children just may not be great. I know, I tried so hard to come up with a better topic. I'm like, this sounds so terrible. Like, this is how you want me to greet the people? This is what you want me to say? And this is just how it came out. The top 3 reasons why your children may not be great. That really sucks. But it's the honest truth. And I am here to give you the honest truth. I want to share with you why your children are struggling, or why your children may struggle because of the choices you make. We talk about purpose in parenting all the time. When being a parent, there's so much more than just feeding and clothing and making sure they go to a great school. There's so much more to parenting than just that. And while some people may believe that they were placed here to be a parent only, I beg to differ. Thank you so much. There's so much more to you than just being a parent. There's so much more to you than just being a mom. There's so much more to you than just being a father. So I need you to know that you have so much purpose while parenting. And if you don't understand what your purpose is, or don't discover what your purpose is while parenting, then your children are unfortunately the result of your lack of. I know that as parents, we want the very best for our children. We want everything to be so great for our children, but we have to recognize that our children can't be great, or our children may not be great if we don't first be the examples to their greatness. I don't want you to think that your children can't be great because you haven't reached your goals, but do know that children are watching your children, whether or not they're babies, whether or not they're teenagers, whether or not they're adults. They are watching everything that you do. I have a 3-year-old, and my 3-year-old is so amazing. He's so wonderful. And when I tell you he picks up and say everything, it doesn't matter. We try to spell it out. We try to be parents and try to whisper. It doesn't work. My 3-year-old has a potty mouth. He likes to call people banana heads and butt heads and all this other kind of stuff. And we're like, where did you get this from? And what's funny is, because just being funny, my husband be like, go sit down, butt head. Not knowing that what he's saying, his 3-year-old is picking that up. And now we teach him not to say those things. But unfortunately, he's leading by example. So you have to know that as a parent, that there is purpose in parenting. And it's not just to make sure that they eat every day. It's not just to make sure that they have a great education, but it's to make sure that they become everything that they are called and designed to become, because their parents are what influences them to be great. So my top 3 reasons of why your children just may not be great, including mine. There's a possibility that my children may not be as great as I desired because of some choices that I've made. You have to recognize that the choices that your children make are the result of the decisions that you make. And I know that it's like, ouch, like, really, Latoya? Like, you telling me that my child is going through what they're going through because of things, they have their own, their own mind. They can make their own decisions, but not always necessarily so. You have to remember that every seed that is sown will reap a harvest. So when they were children, there may have been conversations, there may have been discussions, there may have been some things that you've said, some things that you've done, some things that you've shown them that you didn't even think that they were paying attention to, that they picked up on, and unfortunately it has a harvest later on in their life, which has caused them to make some bad decisions. Let's think about times in our childhood when we've made bad decisions, or when raising our children when they were babies, and we've made bad decisions or said bad words or did bad things around our children, and now we're trying to figure out why our children have such potty mouths, or why our children are so angry, or why they're so temperamental, and we're not recognizing that when you were raising that child, when you were pregnant with that child, you were always cussing somebody out, you was always mad, you were always just disgruntled, and now you're not understanding why your children is like that, because you've given them so much love and you've given them so much, but you're not recognizing that children are led by example, not necessarily what you teach. So, which brings me to my first point, parenting and purpose. Number one, the top 3 reasons why your children may not be as great as you desire them to be. Number one, your children become what they see, not always what you teach. So again, remember I was talking about my 3-year-old. We teach him all the time, hey, listen, you don't talk like that, or hey, listen, clean up behind yourself. But while we're teaching them as much as we possibly can, they're only going to, 9 times out of 10, they reciprocate what they see. Okay, so if your children watch you working like a Hebrew slave, you working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, what do you think your children are going to do? I'll use my wonderful mom as an example, who I love so much. Shout out to my mom, guys, because she's on live today, and I'm so excited. But she worked. When I tell you she worked 2 and 3 jobs, when I tell you that she made sure that her children were taken care of, she did 9 to 5s, 5s to 12s, 12 to 6, whatever you name it, she did it. And not only did she work very hard, but she also was the one, like, say for instance, if the toilet was broke, she wouldn't go call a plumber. She'd go and find some tools and fix it herself. Say for instance, if the tire, my mom taught me how to change a tire. So I'm using these examples because she didn't necessarily teach me, okay, if the toilet breaks, Latoya, this is what you do. No, I just kind of adapted to what I saw her do. So when I became a wife, when I became a mother, I instantly start reciprocating the things that I learned as a child, watching her and my dad, and my parents were married, so I watched their marriage, and I instantly started to do what I saw. And then I was like, hold on, wait a minute, the things that I see may not be conducive to my marriage, so let me reevaluate what's good for Latoya and where I am. And while we want our children to think like that, unfortunately, all of our children, they may not adapt to that concept. So it's so important as parents that we not only verbally teach our children, but you have to be the example. So if you want your children to be great, guess what? You have to lead by example, because your children are watching you. They're watching everything that you're doing. They're watching everything that they hear everything that you say. Kids hear like never before. You can call their name 100 times to make them get up and go brush their teeth, but they heard when you said something about Sally's boyfriend, and then what do? They repeat it. So you have to be careful, because children don't always become what they see. They don't always become what you teach. They become what they see. Okay. Number 2, they don't know their capabilities, because it's very rare they see people reach past society's expectations. Okay, you have to be very conscious of what you are telling your children that they can be. You tell your children, we always tell our kids, hey, you can reach the moon. You can be whatever you want to be. If you want to be an astronaut, be an astronaut. Listen, in order for your children to be great, you first have to be great. Thank you, everyone who is joining us. Please do me a favor and invite your followers. We're on lesson 2 or tip 2 of 3 reasons why your children just may not be great. And while that sounds so terrible, I know it's a harsh reality, but it's so true. We're on number 2. They don't know their capabilities because it's rare that they see people reach past society's expectation. See, we're taught that you're supposed to go to high school, go to college, get a good job, get married, have children, get a retirement, and die. So no one ever really teaches our children that, hey, you can reach past society's expectations and you can really be great. Like, there is really a unlimited amount of success waiting just for you. Well, the reason why they don't believe in that is because they very rarely see people achieve it. They very rarely see people attain it. So you have to be the example to your children. If you want your children to be great, if you want your children to reach past their self-inflicted limitations, if you want them to be everything that they desire to be, then guess what? You first have to be everything that you're supposed to be. Because why? Children lead by example. Children follow examples. Okay, so again, I'm sharing this with you because I'm a mom. I'm a mom of 3. I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And I'm watching them watch me. The other day, it's so funny, I was gathering my stuff and I was getting dressed and I put on a particular shirt and my son said, hey, Ma, where are you going? Are you going to a purpose party? And it cracked me up because he's 5 now, but he's only 5. And I'm like, wow, you're really watching me. So while I'm teaching him to do one thing, he's watching me do another. And he's more so adapting to what he watched me do versus what I tell him to do. So if you want your children to be something, if you want your children to be great, you can't just tell them what to do. You have to show them how to do it. Okay, which brings me to point number 3. You aren't showing them what greatness looks like. I know. I'm sorry. If I'm stepping on your toes, I love you. I appreciate you. And this is all out of love. It really is. But you are not showing your children what greatness look like. You are showing your children what struggle looks like. You are showing your children what mediocrity looks like. You are describing it. You are encouraging it, but you are not living it. You are showing your children that, hey, in order to survive in this life, you got to get what you can get. That is not how you teach your children. But you're not verbally telling them that. You're showing them that through their actions. You're telling your children, hey, work 5 jobs, work 20 hours a day, work hard so that you can get a small percentage of what your value is so that you can make ends meet. That is not how we're supposed to teach our children. We tell our children to be great. We tell our children to reach for the stars. We tell our children you can do whatever you want to do. But yet they're seeing mommy work like never before. They're seeing mommy go to work every day and mommy dreads her job. They see daddy get up and go to work and he dreads his job. Or they see daddy hustling. Oh, but I want my son to do better than me. Well, if you want him to do better, you got to show him better. How you expect for your boys not to grow up and be a disgrace to society if you hustling and you in the streets, but yet you're trying to be better for your children? If you want to be better, you have to do better. If you want your children to be great, guess what? You first have to be great. You cannot expect your children to be anything more than what you are showing them what greatness is. So listen, I'm been getting passionate because I have 3 boys, and I know there are many of you that are out there that are viewing this have children, and I know you want your children to be amazing. I know you want your children to be great, but guess what? If you want them to be great, show them what greatness looks like. I shouldn't have to go and scroll through a timeline or go and research great people to find out what greatness look like. I should be able to pick up the phone and call my mother and say, hey, Ma, your greatness, I want to be great too. Let me watch you and see what greatness looks like. If you want your children to be great, let's stop sending our children to go find other people. Let's stop using other people as an example and let's be the example. If you have toddlers, if you have teenagers, if you have young adults, It is time for you as a parent to make a decision. Your job is not just to feed, clothe, and bathe them. Your job is to create productive members of society so that they can be great in the gift that they were given. If you are tired of children killing people and stealing, there's no reason why you shouldn't want to live in a neighborhood full of young teenagers because you're afraid of what they will do. If the parents will stand bold in who they are and their assignment and start believing in the gifts that they have, then guess what? We will in return build a generation that will in return build our nation. Let's stop being afraid of our gifts. It is time for you to be the example. You cannot expect your children to be great if you won't be great. Now, don't get me wrong. We do have some children who came from some pretty jacked up households with some pretty jacked up parents, and they have been amazing. I understand that, and that's rare. That's very rare. So let's not use them as the example. Let's use ourselves as an example. You want to be great. You want your children to be great. You want a great society. You want a great community. Then let's start leading by example. Stop settling for mediocrity. Stop settling for the struggle. Listen, it was never designed for you to struggle. But the reason why you're okay with struggling is because no one told you what it looks like to persevere. See, what happens is that the mother and the father, they'll start the struggle. They'll start chasing their dreams, and then they'll get stuck in the process, and it'll become overwhelming, and they'll quit. So no one knows what it looks like to persevere through the struggle. No one knows what it looks like to push past their adversities. No one knows what it looks like to push past the obstacles. And I'm talking about the people in the family. That's the reason why we're losing our black-owned businesses, where the business owners are passing down the businesses from generation to generation. Is because no one is showing them how to persevere through the struggle. If you want your children to be great, you have to show them what greatness look like. Again, the top 3 reasons why your children just may not be great. Okay, it's a harsh reality. I'm sorry, it's terrible. I love y'all. But number 1 is your children become what they see, not always what they teach, what you teach. So if you are teaching them to be great, but you're not showing them how to be great, then unfortunately that's a coin toss. You get what you get. Number 2, they don't know their capabilities because it's rare. They very rarely see people reach past society's expectations. Society tells you to go to college, get a degree, get a good job, and that be that. But no one teaches them to reach past that and dig deeper and create the success that you desire. Point number 3, you aren't showing them what greatness looks like. You're describing it. Listen, you're being an amazing mother. You're being an amazing father. And I am definitely not criticizing your parenting, because let me tell you, being a parent takes a lot of hard work and dedication. So I commend you for being the mother that you are. I commend you for being the father that you are. I love you for taking care of your children. But you have to do more than just describe what greatness is to them. You have to do more than encourage them to be great. You have to be great yourself. You want your children to be great, you have to be great. And let me tell you, it's never too late. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how long you've been sitting at that desk job. I don't care how many times your supervisor told you that you're going to be stuck in that position. You have exactly what you need to be great within you. What are you willing to do to discover the greatness in you? What are you willing to do to change the path of our future? What are you willing to do to change the path of your children's future? What are you willing to do? Okay, you didn't get a college degree. So what? So what? You didn't go to college. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, you didn't go to college. Fine. What else do you have that you can offer the world to make the world a better place? Because a college degree is definitely not what defines your greatness. It simply enhances it. So if you don't have a college degree, that is not the reason for you to stop chasing. That gives you even more reason to continue chasing and show the world that, hey, yes, I did not get that paper, but the greatness is within me and you have it. It's time for you to dig deep and to show the world who you are, because within you, greatness resides. Remember, we are designed to help you chase the greater in you. So by any means necessary, even if I have to put up a terrible topic post the way that I did today, because I know this was kind of harsh, I want to get your attention and let you know that, hey, you have greatness within you. And if you want your children to be great, if you want your children's children to be great, if you want the next 4 generations to be great, guess what? It first starts with you. You have to be great. You want your children to be great? You have to be great. You want your children to be entrepreneurs? You have to first make the first step. You want your children to be successful? You want your children to be millionaires? You want your children to pave a path of greatness? Guess what? Lead by example. Stop shaking your finger and telling your children what to do and start showing them how it's supposed to be done. There's no reason why your children have to research other Black-owned businesses or other successful people. Forget entrepreneurship, why they have to research other successful people to know what success looks like. Success should have been something that they've seen. It should be something that they're looking at. And I'm not just talking about monetarily. I'm talking about fulfilling a life's purpose. I'm talking about reaching deep and being and living that life of prosperity, that life of happiness, that life of peace, that life of joy. You're wondering why your children are struggling in relationships and in friendships, and you haven't been able to be consistent in a relationship their entire life. Remember, your children reap what you sow. So you have to be very conscious of that. You have to know that you can be great and so can your children. Let's first start with you. Cool. So listen, I know I went in. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I love your children. I love your futures. And I know that you have something that is amazing in you. And I want to help you dig deep and pull that thing out because I know it's there. I know it's there. I just need you to believe that it's there. So listen, if you are ready to discover your life's purpose, if you are ready to dig deep and say, you know what, I know that there's something greater that is within me, then I challenge you to contact me. Let's do a purpose party. Come and be a part of a purpose party. Be involved. It's going to be one simple investment. It's going to change your life. I guarantee it. Thank you so much for joining me today for Maximize Your Monday. I am here every single Monday at noon. I am here to pour into you, to encourage you. And I'm here to be a mom too, to tell you when you're doing something wrong. So don't think I'm just here for fluffs and bubbles. I'm here also for correction, and I want to make sure that you reach the desires of your heart because you are great, and everything that is in you to be great is within you. So let's sit down, let's figure out, and let's pull out and unlock your greatest potential. Have a wonderful and prosperous day on today. Listen, I'm on 10. I got some great news today, so I am super excited. I'll tell my team about it later, but I love you guys. Be blessed. Please visit us at www.chasegreatenterprises.com to learn more about the company. If you're interested in a purpose party, please visit us at purposeparty.info. Oh, really quick. Next week for Maximize Your Monday, we are hosting a meet and greet at Blackfin. So if you are interested, please register. Go to my page. Go to Chase Great Enterprises page. Go to a Purpose Pushers page and register for the event. You can go to maximizeyourmonday.eventbrite.com. Come out and join us. Let's talk about purpose. Let's have a night of inspiring, networking, and purpose. Join us next week from 4 to 7 p.m. for Maximize Your Monday live and in person. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. Be blessed.